Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm Roland Gunther, homeopath on Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada. And maybe you've seen this other video about the Asia Heart Summit that we will have in the first week of October in Croatia. And during the summer leading up to that, we will have something we call the summer school. It's not really school, it's just a fun time to sit together and to listen a little bit. And it also prepares us for what's waiting there for us. What's awaiting there for us is the experience of an authentic communication with Earth through certain substances, the crude oil, the dolphin, and so on. And so there's the people that facilitate there will give a little bit of teaching and um, information that we need to know when we go into that. I will talk about Shameeah of C4-Trituration. Angelica will talk about the dolphin trituration that she will do. Roman Buchimensky will introduce us into vibrational essences, and Andreas Bjørndal from Norway also will talk to us and prepare us for the week that we will have in fall together. So, Shameeah. What is Shameeah? Shameeah is just an old Arabic word, and it means transformation. And it's actually the word from which our chemia and chemistry comes from. Chemistry comes from alchemy in the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, in Europe, the alchemists they had their roots in ancient Greece, where it was chemia, and to the ancient Greeks, it came from ancient Arabia, and there it was Shameeah. And as the story goes, to the Arabs, it came from ancient Egypt, and then the rest is mythology, but I'm not going to go into that right now. So you see, this word had its history. Back then, in the Arabic world, it was not making lead into gold or stuff like that, but it was the original transforming lower vibrating energy and higher vibrating energy, transforming suffering into a gift. And this is exactly what we do today. That's why I call this process Shameeah. And for me, it's a sacred ceremony. It's a ceremonial process. Its origins, the word trituration is Latin triturare, which means grinding down into a fine powder. Also in chemistry, pharmacology, it's been used in all the times. So this is where the word comes from. And healers and women have done so for thousands and thousands of years. They ground down herbs with mortar and pestle. They ground down grain with mortar and pestle, and so on. The founder of homeopathy, Hahnemann, included that process then in the preparation of making a homeopathic remedy. And that's how we still do it. The mechanics are the same that Hahnemann 200 something years ago taught. The energetics changed a little bit. Not really changed, but we have a deeper and wider understanding of what's happening. And how does, as you might ask me, how does that practically work? Well, practically it works. Here you see a mortar, and let me grab a pestle, and then here mortar and pestle, yeah, and then we put here. I have a container with lactose, and I put it here in the mortar, and in addition to that, here I have a tiny little bit of a leaf that I put in there. When we're there, we will put a little bit of the oil in that, and then we start grinding that, simply grinding it here. And in certain in certain sequence that I don't want to go into right now. That's going to take an hour, and it is our hour is silence. We simply follow our inner process. What's happening is that we set free the energy that was condensed in the physical, like here in this leaf, or when we'll do it in the milk of a dolphin, or in a drop of the crude oil. This energy, we release it out of the physical. It will create an energetic field that vibrates in the room, and everybody who sits in this room will resonate with every cell of our body with this energy. And then it's just a process of awareness. Can I relax and look into and see what's happening with me? And so we will go through it. The energy will affect us in our body, on the physical level. It will affect how we feel. It will affect what we think, and so on. And in the end, there is a magic happening. And maybe there's a beautiful old poem from the romantic poem Eichendorff. And I just say it here in the translation of Bertram Kottmann, and it goes like this. There's a song in all things ringing, lost in dreams and still unheard, and the world breaks forth in singing when you find the magic word. I love it because it's not just a romantic idea. This is actually practical healing. Yeah, when we touch the sacred in the suffering, then things turn around. When we touch the sacred core that God put in everything that he or she created, then things turn around and they start singing. There's a blessing coming from that seemed to be a curse before. So this is a transformation that we are set out to experience in this work. And this listening to that, it's a process of relaxing. We don't need to effort anything. It's also a process, like I said, that happens in stillness. When after every hour, we will share in the round what we experienced. But in the hour where we are working, we let this happen in each one of us, so we don't disturb each other in our journey. This listening changes something. It's not anymore that we tell Earth what we want from her, but that we listen to her. And it's not only, just even, and that's a word to homeopaths maybe, the provings. I want to know about this plant, or I want to know about that animal or this mineral. Yeah, I want to get the symptoms. That's not really bad. But it's bad when it stays there. It's not better than mining. Yeah, I want something that's in that mountain and I take it. Yeah, or I do whatever. But when this is only the start, but when this then is just the start of developing a relationship with the substance, with the remedy, with the crude oil or the dolphin, and we develop a heart-to-heart relationship, and we even can ask, okay, you give us insight into your essence. What is it that you need from us? You see, in this reciprocity, there's something changing in our attitude. Okay, I think that's in short what I want to say here right now. And you might ask, okay, is there anything I need to prepare? If you are a homeopath listening, and the Atria Summit will open also for other people, non-homeopaths. But if you're a homeopath, I'm sure you have more than pestle at home. So take it with you. You will need it. And the non-homeopaths, don't worry about that. There's enough homeopaths. They bring their mortar and pestles. If you bring a small mortar and pestle like this tiny one, yeah, or if you bring a bigger one like that, yeah, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have one. I will bring some porcelain scrapers, and enough also plastic scrapers and the rest of the material, so you don't have to worry about that. The Another thing is sometimes to prepare for something like that is to hold back in our curiosity. Sometimes we tend, oh, I want to read and know everything that is to know. But when I have full hands, I cannot receive. When I have a full brain, a full mind with knowledge, I have a hard time listening. Our mind, the way our mind works, we keep rethinking over and over what we know. But this is like we meet with Earth and we tell her what we know about her. But we don't want that. We want to meet Earth and ask, what do you want us to know in the crude oil? What should we have learned from using all this gas and fuel, all this many, many years? This is the thing. And it's way easier when we don't know, when we don't have preconceived ideas. So my suggestion is the more you can stay open, simply open, that's what we know, that's what we need. The more you can stay open without trying to fill this not knowing with mental information, the better it is for the process and the more you can receive and you will be given by Earth. Yeah, in the end, that's just the comfort of sitting in the not knowing. That's a core quality we need for this work. I'm looking forward to see you at the evening when we prepare our in the summer school that, and I will tell you more about these things. And I'm looking forward if you choose so to see you again in fall. And whatever you choose, it's great. And if I can inspire you to keep this dialogue with Earth, then that's a great hope of mine. Thank you for listening. See you again.